I've got the Feiyu AK4000 here, not like the gun. Problem with a lot of gimbals is they're quite big and bulky, they're not easy to pack. This one comes into 3 separate pieces and fits into a bag easily. So what we're going to do is see how long it takes to get it from my truck in the bag to right here, set up, ready to film. Let's put a stopwatch down here and let's see how long it takes. Get this box out the way. You will see I've got a GoPro on down here as well, just for giving you another angle. All right, so it comes into 3 parts. Camera is also pre-balanced. I recommend that everyone pre-balances their camera on a gimbal. Just makes it a lot easier to set up. I have a Xeon transmount adapter on here as well, which just makes things even quicker. It's my favorite adapter for mounting most gimbals and stuff. Okay, so that's ready to go. I also have a base plate on here because the one that they give you, the one that you have to use with this gimbal, isn't the greatest. If you want to take the camera on and off, you have to pre-balance it every single time. Don't like that, so I've got my own on top of their base plate. Gimbal is on, camera is recording. There we go. That's how quickly we can set the Feiyu AK4000 up.
So the whole point of that was for me to be able to show you that it's really quick to be able to take the gimbal out of a bag and be able to shoot quickly, easily, without having to fuss or anything like that. And I really do think that that's a big thing that this gimbal has going for it, it's speed. Gimbals nowadays can be quite big. They might not come apart, so they're not easily put into bags. You might have to put them in a separate case. That can be a pain if you just want to run and gun setup, something you can take out of a bag quickly and just film without having to worry about anything else. Now, obviously, when you look at it like this, it's not that portable. This one actually supports up to 8.8 pounds, which is up there with the likes of the Moser Air 2, and similar in size to the Moser Air 2, maybe a bit narrower around the handle here, but it breaks down into 3 pieces, and the Moser Air 2 does not. Doesn't fit in my bag easily. This guy does. All right, so I'm gonna talk to you about what it is that I like and what it is that I don't like about this gimbal. I'm not gonna give you a full review because there's a lot of those out there. I think real world examples and real world use with me putting video over the top of it is really what most of you wanna see and what most of you wanna hear. It's what I click on a video for anyway. I wanna see examples instead of me or someone else talking for 10 minutes about a gimbal and not showing you that they've actually used it. So this is the gimbal when it's all together as one piece, but it breaks down into 3 pieces. This is a Xeon transmount, which I actually put on my tripod legs because it's easy to come off, otherwise they just screw in. And then on the top here, as you saw in the video, this just literally unscrews and then comes apart. That is your Feiyu AK4000, which is quite small in comparison to a lot of other gimbals. I will say that it's kind of terrifying that this screw piece here is literally what's holding thousands of dollars worth of equipment. But been using it a bit and I haven't seen any issues with it, and it doesn't feel wobbly once it's connected. It just feels all together as one piece. So you can trust this. It has all the regular modes that you'd expect. I'm not going to go through them all. You've seen them all before. It's the same standard ones that all gimbals seem to have. So video wise, it's impressive. It's stable. There is no micro jitters that you sometimes see. You still have to do that ninja walk to get the smooth footage. If you just walk in and expect it to get rid of everything, it's not gonna. You're gonna just see a little bit of bouncing. Like that. Camera's gonna go whoop, 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 whoop. You're gonna get that if you do your regular walk. You gotta do the ninja walk, the stealth walk. The first thing you'll see about this gimbal is it has a nice big touch screen on here. So this is completely touch responsive. So that allows you to control the gimbal just through touch. So you're not really fumbling with buttons or trying to figure out what mode you're in or anything like that, because it's all on that little touch screen. So that's a really nice feature. I will say as well, like most gimbals, sometimes it can lose its horizontal balance. So sometimes it'll be angled slightly this way or slightly this way. I find a lot of gimbals do that, and I'm not too sure why. It's balanced properly. But the nice thing with this one, on the touch screen, you'll see there's a little button just there. And if you click on that, you can actually map the dial on the side here to control movement of the axes. So if you do find that it's slightly crooked like that, you can quickly adjust it just by moving the dial. And I actually really like that. It's very convenient. I kind of leave it on that mode, then that way if I notice that it is slightly off balance, just quick correction by eye, and I really like that. Of course, if you wanted to, you could change the button as well so that you tap it and now you can control movement that way. So if you want to actually do manual movements and control it yourself, you could. You literally have full control over all the different axes. And that is really convenient. Well done, Feiyu Tech, I like that. Other gimbals should take from that. Now the Moser can do that to a degree, but not quite like that one can. As with the touchscreen as well, if you plug in your camera, not something I personally like to do, but if you want to, you can plug it directly into the gimbals. Sony's are supported, and you can use the touchscreen to control all the features of your camera if you're so inclined. Comes with all the cables that you need to plug into your camera as well, in case you want to use that. It does feel very, very sturdy. Everything is made of metal, literally everything. Other than the handle here, which I'm guessing is just a coating over the top of metal. This is grippy rubber. Don't know why I called it grippy rubber. It's grippy rubber. Even the dial on the side here is actually made of metal too. The only things that aren't are the little joystick here, which is more like a slide. It's flat, I don't know if you can see that. It's flat against it and then it just slides up. It's not really a proper joystick like the Moser Air 2 or the Ronin. It's a little slider D-pad. A little bit different, but seems to be okay. All the buttons are clicky, responsive, and generally not too bad in terms of the design. That's how it sounds, in case you wondered. No one wonders, do they? I really don't like the trigger on this one. I love triggers on gimbals because it's a quick way to get to a different menu or a different mode depending on how you have it set. But you'll see on this one, it's not really a trigger. I really prefer much more of a stuck out trigger, something that you can actually feel like you're touching. It's literally just a small button, slightly sticks out, and then it has almost like braille on there. So a few little dots just to tell you that you are actually touching that button, which is the trigger. So that needs to be different, it needs to be more stuck out, in my opinion, for what I like. The tripod legs actually look quite cheap when you look at them straight out the box, but they are solid. They are metal, and when you use them, you realize it's actually pretty good. Don't mind them at all. They're sturdy, as you can see. You can hold it there, and I've got a heavy setup on there, and it doesn't move around whatsoever. And they stay firm. I've had them in and out quite a lot, and they still are really, really fun. One design aspect I quite like, it beeps when you turn it on. Don't know why I like that. No other gimbal I've ever owned has that feature. And then when you turn it off, you get the reverse. Like that. I don't like that it doesn't have any form of locking system for balancing it. A lot of gimbals seem to be having this now. Even on something like the Moser Air 2, it has one on there. If you have locks here, it makes for traveling a lot easier because it's not flopping around everywhere. And it also makes for balancing easier too, because you can literally lock the axis, worry about this one, lock this axis, worry about this one. It doesn't have that, and I wish it did. So that's something that needs to be added to future models. It's an easy fix and makes a big difference. Something I'm not a huge fan of, the plate that comes with it. So it literally attaches under here to the bottom of the camera. But then if you want to quickly take the camera on and off, you have to physically unscrew it or take the plate off. And that means you have to rebalance it every time. That's quite frustrating. What I've done is I've put another plate on top of here, which I can use as a quick release. And I just can unscrew that, take the camera out, put it back in, and it's balanced and good to go. Because when I take the camera off and put it back on, I don't want to have to balance it every time. That's really frustrating. And if you want to use it quickly, which is kind of what I think this is for, it's a quick and easy to use gimbal, that stops it from being quick and easy to use. In this case, I'm actually using the Arca style plate that attaches to my cage. I have an Arca base plate on here, and then I can just put that in, screw it in like so, and it's pre-balanced, it's good to go. I mean, it's not balanced right now, but you get the idea. Battery life is good. I haven't really had any issues with it dying on me. I can easily get a full day shoot, 8 hours of using it consistently if I wanted to. No issues with that at all. So really you only need one set of batteries. So for the most part, I'd say it's not a bad gimbal. Probably in competition with the Weeble Lab because it does break down, it's small, it fits into your bag nice and easily. This is the Peak Design Everyday 20 litre, the smaller one, whatever that is, 25 litre? 20 litre. Let's see if this fits in. So there you go, it fits inside the Peak Design 20 litre. Don't have to carry it on the outside or in a side pocket or anything like that. fits in there nice and easy. It's definitely a travel-friendly gimbal. So there you go, that's my real-world example with this gimbal. I didn't want to go into too much detail going over everything. There's tons of videos that have already done that. I just wanted to give you my impressions on it, how it actually feels when you use it, what I actually think, and things that you guys might think too. So that's why I'm telling you about it. All right, appreciate you watching today. If you want to do those things down below and share, like, all that stuff, feel free, I don't care. You do what you want. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later. It does feel really sturdy, to be honest with you. Everything. Try filming a video with dogs. Good luck. Very grippy. Loud. Someone needs to do a video just on how to do the ninja walk. There is a whole video based around that idea. Expect that one coming.